doesn't seem to be living until he bites you, and those black eyes roll over white, and then...
Ever wonder which Hollywood actors were drunk on set all the time? Some of the biggest names in the industry have battled with alcohol, and their on-screen performances might surprise you. From iconic roles to unforgettable scenes, these actors were far from sober when the cameras rolled. Number 10. Errol Flynn. Imagine sipping vodka straight from an orange slice, like it's a juicy secret. That was Errol Flynn's reality. This dashing actor didn't just bring charm to the film sets, he brought bottles of vodka too. He'd inject those oranges with a kick, munching on them all day. It was his little trick, a liquid courage boost hidden in plain sight. But Flynn's love for the bottle went beyond clever hacks. When he passed away at just 50, he took his spirit of choice with him. 6 bottles of whiskey to be exact, buried alongside him. It's a bittersweet tale, a mix of ingenuity, indulgence, and an eternal toast to a life lived on his terms. Number 9. Richard Burton. Richard Burton, the Hollywood legend, knocked back 2 to 3 bottles of vodka a day at his peak. That's not a typo, we're talking bottles, not glasses. Burton was infamous for his hardcore drinking, and he didn't hide it. He once told a director, "I'm not drinking in your film." But his version of sobriety meant downing a bottle of vodka a day. When he was really drinking, it was 3 bottles or more. Burton's role in 1966's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf was iconic. He played a hard-drinking college professor so convincingly that he earned an Oscar nomination. But his real-life drinking was no act. By the time he was filming The Klansman in '74, Burton was so unsteady that he had to film many scenes sitting or lying down. Number 8. Leonard Nimoy. Behind the stoic facade of Mr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy grappled with a very human struggle. The iconic Star Trek set with its endless days drove him to find solace in a glass. What started as a way to unwind spiraled into something more sinister. Nimoy's co-star William Shatner hinted at a deeper pain, suggesting that the bright lights of stardom didn't shine as brilliantly as one might think. Disappointment lurked in the shadows, and Nimoy sought to numb it with a drink. One turned into 2, and before he knew it, he was caught in the grips of addiction. His battle was silent, hidden behind the pointed ears and raised eyebrows of his famous alter ego. Number 7. Cary Grant. Cary Grant, the epitome of Hollywood charm, battling a secret demon: alcoholism. In the 1950s, he sought help and found an unconventional cure: LSD. His doctor prescribed this then new drug, and Grant embraced it wholeheartedly. He loved the trips, even introducing friends to the experience. Judy Balaban, daughter of Paramount's president, was sold. "If it's good enough for Cary Grant, it's good enough for me." Grant reportedly took LSD around 100 times during treatment. It transformed his outlook, leading him to live happily until the age of 82. A testament to the unexpected paths to healing and happiness. Number 6. Joan Crawford. The glamour of a global tour led by none other than the legendary Joan Crawford, but this wasn't just any tour, it was a whirlwind of promotion for Pepsi, with Joan serving as the official ambassador, a role handed to her by her husband, the CEO of PepsiCo. Now, you might think that a famous actress like Joan would have some unique requests, and you'd be right. At each stop, her rider read like a spirited mixologist's dream: 2/5 of Smirnoff, 1/5 of Old Forester bourbon, 1/5 of Scotch, 1/5 of Beefeater gin, and 2 bottles of champagne. And of course a case of Pepsi to top it all off. It was a party on the road, and Joan made sure it was well stocked. Thank goodness it was Pepsi she was promoting, or else we might have had to add Coke to the mix, and that would have been quite the cocktail. Number 5. Peter O'Toole. A Hollywood legend with eyes as blue as the ocean, Peter O'Toole was one of the industry's most notorious drinkers. He once casually mentioned to David Letterman that drinking was just a part of his generation's lifestyle, whether they had a busy day ahead or not. O'Toole even believed that alcohol made his performances better. Remember the iconic camel raid scene in Lawrence of Arabia? It turns out that both O'Toole and his co-star Omar Sharif were terrified of camels, so they decided to face their fears with a little liquid courage. They were completely drunk for the entire scene. O'Toole would laugh when asked about it, admitting that he couldn't remember a thing. It's a wild tale that adds a layer of intrigue to one of cinema's most memorable moments. Number 4. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra was the epitome of cool. His love affair with Jack Daniels was as legendary as his voice. His signature drink: 4 ice cubes, 2 fingers of Jack, and a splash of water in a traditional rock glass. Rumour has it that he could polish off a whole bottle daily. His doctor was flawed, but Sinatra lived life on his terms, believing the best is yet to come. Yet there was a dark side to his drinking. When the gin came out, his wife knew to lock herself away, as Sinatra could turn mean and pick fights with journalists and fellow actors. Alongside his buddies, they were dubbed the American Olympic Drinking Team, living in the spotlight wherever they went. When Sinatra passed away at 82, he was laid to rest with a bottle of Jack Daniels, a testament to his lifelong companion. Number 3, Dean Martin. Dean Martin without his signature drink and cigarette. Turns out that the king of cool was more about the act than the alcohol. His daughter and close friends spilled the beans. Dean's glass was often filled with nothing more than apple juice, yet that didn't stop men and women from wanting to be with him. Martin's charm was magnetic, but behind the scenes he was a kind father, always home for dinner, enjoying just one cocktail with his wife in the evening. Despite his alcohol-infused persona, Dean danced with the devil, but knew when to call it quits. He left us in 1995 at the age of 78, proving that sometimes the illusion is all part of the allure. Number 2, Robert Shaw. The tension on the set of Jaws, where the ocean's choppy waters were nothing compared to the storm brewing amongst the cast. Robert Shaw, known for his love of scotch, spent most of the filming days sipping on his favourite drink. This didn't sit well with his co-star, Richard Dreyfuss. The two were like oil and water, with Dreyfuss admitting that he couldn't stand Shaw when he was drunk. In a move, Dreyfuss once snatched a glass of booze from Shaw's hand and dumped it into the ocean. Ironically, the only scene where Shaw was sober was the one where his character was supposed to be drunk. The frustration and tension were visible, making the filming of Jaws an absolute nightmare for all involved. Number 1, Michael Landon. Behind the wholesome image of Michael Landon, the beloved star of Bonanza and Little House on the Prairie, lurked a dark secret. Landon, known for his clean-cut and well-respected television persona, struggled with a severe addiction to alcohol and Valium. His co-stars were aware that he drank, but the extent of his habit was hidden. Landon would spike his coffee with whiskey and his soft drinks with vodka, continuing to drink heavily even after filming wrapped for the day. Melissa Gilbert, who played his daughter on Little House, recalled how Landon's drinking influenced her own life, noting that she often picked men who smelled like alcohol. Alongside his drinking, Landon smoked 4 packs of unfiltered cigarettes daily, which likely contributed to the pancreatic cancer that took his life at just 54 years old. The sobering reality of Landon's struggle highlights the devastating effects alcohol can have, even on those who seem to have it all. Fame often normalizes excessive drinking, making it seem like a part of the lifestyle. It's a reminder that behind the glamour, many stars grapple with addiction. Some, like Landon, never found the help that they needed, while others have managed to overcome the struggles. The list of celebrities who faced alcohol problems is long and includes many familiar names. Did any of these stories surprise you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. And remember to click the bell icon for notifications.